what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail reaction. Today we have Nightmarish Omen. As requested by Genesic, I complain when my song doesn't get picked over others' savior. So here we are listening to this one. Apparently it's not too long, which is actually good for today, just coincidentally. So I'm gonna hear this, see what I've got to say about it, and without further ado, let's go! Ooh, ooh, oh! Ooh! Ooh! Ooh, it gritty! Ooh! Ooh, that's dirty. Oh! Ooh! Oh, wait! Yo! That's disgusting. Woo. I love this style of synth. Woo. I love those so much, no matter where they show up. Damn! Hey! Woo. Eh. Oh. I don't know if my heart can take any more of that. I assume it's close. Yeah, okay. I was like, it's like a minute and a half. There's no way that it was gonna do that again. I kind of wish it did though. So now I understand what Genesic meant by saying it's nothing like Nevermore. Not at all. None whatsoever, not even a little bit. It's Nevermore, obviously. I mean, it's a remix of it, but it's totally the same thing. I mean, like, and that's kind of the thing with me too, is I do these videos so often, the likelihood of me remembering a song is basically zero, and that did happen for Nevermore. I went back to listen to it just because of that, and I'm like, I know I've heard that song, but I don't remember it at all. I do like literally 70 videos a month, all different songs. There's no way one track is going to be able to stick in my brain quite that long with that much detail. But yeah, that's the same song, frankly. And what's fun about this is that now I'm doing these like music theory breakdowns, and I wasn't doing that back then. So I can now kind of show you why this song is fun, because in a lot of ways, it's obviously the same thing. So to start that out, this is D minor. This is our key. That's where we are. We have that, G minor's in here, B flat's in here. I think they even do touch on an F at one point, but that's kind of a hit or miss. And we do have a C in here and an E flat. So that's most of the song, especially the D minor and E flat. That's like the contentious back and forth we get during most of the song. The movement kind of happens between here and the B flat, and it just kind of builds off of that. But most of this song is just riding into that electronic sort of sound design stuff that I love, and playing around with those sounds, because that is something I feel like so many people who don't like the genre that this is, which is kind of like ambiguously electronic. There's not really a genre specifically I would say that this fits into, but that's something that people tend to not understand or like about it, is just that there's random noises. And to an extent I do understand that, because not a lot of people process it as anything but that. But when you listen to what those noises are doing, the structure of how they respond to each other and change what the song itself is doing, and they build upon each other too, like they're working with each other. It's not just a bunch of noise doing nothing. It just requires a little bit more critical thinking when you're trying to figure out exactly what's happening there. It's not as obvious as a bunch of individual instruments doing their individual parts to make a song. There's a lot of noises, and some of them do clash together, and it sounds grating. And to be able to understand that and respect the genre for the sound design that it has, and the controlling of all of that sound design. All of that data is just crazy going in your face, and it's really hard to control all that and get it to sound good. So that's why I respect electronic. I always have loved the way it sounded, but I've also come to appreciate it more with the new knowledge that I have with music and music theory. So hopefully some of that rubs off to you guys. But that is what's happening with this song, and as with a lot of electronic songs, it's bouncing largely between two. That's something I bring up all the time because it's very much true for very many songs, and that's something that EDM just does because you do need a little bit of tension in every song, basically. Nothing is ever going to feel perfectly beautiful 100% of the way through. Even the general chords I was bringing up earlier all kind of work together. Like these are the ones that kind of fight each other, and the rest of these kind of work together. So like that G minor and the D minor here are the ones that I would say are the closest to fighting in that relationship, but these two obviously fight each other a lot more, that D minor and the E flat. And that's also just a part of minors and flats not really lining up because you're utilizing neighboring notes. So like, that's already never gonna sound quite right, and you have multiple of those between each other. So it's just the qualities of these songs and this genre working out their process, and most of what's going on in this song is just utilizing that, taking the sound design and running around with that, making it sound, in my opinion, larger and more domineering. It's wilder than what Nevermore was, which I think is the most interesting part about this remix, is that it feels less hinged. I wouldn't call it unhinged, but it's definitely less hinged than the last one was. That one felt like it had a little bit more control to it, like there was a true directive to the sound and there was a point that they were going for. For this one, it almost sounds like the core is melting in that way, where it's like no longer is there a direction that this tone is supposed to be going, that this sound is supposed to be resolving somewhere, and it doesn't have that hang like the original does. There is a little bit of one where it just kind of reverbs off into nothing at the end of both of them, but the quality of the other one feeling more under control versus this one sounding much wilder, like there's a lot more just random stuff happening in here. They change up a lot more. And also Nightmarish Omen being the title of this one makes sense there, because that is the sound I'm getting from this. It's nightmarish, it's wild. Again, the control is gone. It's like a vampire was the one who was controlling Nevermore, but then this one is like all of the gremlins and shit that it released, like all of the underlings. There's like, go do my bidding. That lack of direction for this one is what makes this one feel so fucking good at the same time too, which is the case with a lot of electronic music. When you lose the plot, sometimes that becomes a new plot and it's more fun to mess with. And that's kind of what the lead synth was doing, that like that's like the vampire I mentioned earlier, kind of calling down commands from above. Like they might be in control, but they only throw their hat in the ring as needed. Otherwise, chaos abounds. Let the minions do what they're going to do. And that's why this song fucking hits so much for me. It has such a raw quality to it that Nevermore didn't quite have. It was still definitely loose and it was still definitely powerful. It felt more domineering, and in that the control is like nestled in there. For this one, a lot wilder, a lot more everywhere. And that's what makes this song sound even fucking cooler to me after hearing them back to back. I like this one more. I feel like people would probably like the original more because it is more structured, and that is totally valid. But I like this one because of those qualities being removed and being replaced by something that straight up does not give a single shit. And that is a quality that I've come to appreciate in all the electronic music I listen to. Like if you've ever been a fan of dubstep, for example, just in general, that's probably a quality that plays to your ear personally a little bit better. But if you're not a fan of dubstep and are more of like the EDM side of things, like generic EDM or like trance, something with a little bit more of a melodic structure and a direction for the song to go, a story basically, then that's probably something more what you would like. But if you were a fan of anything that was like 2010s dubstep and that was more your scene, this one probably sounds better to you. That's just the difference between the two. But I like that this song showcases that as well as it does, because we have a perfect example of the original and then what the original could become if you got rid of a lot of those controlling factors in it, a lot of that structure completely stripped away, and now you have just the unfettered energy that the original did have. But again, it was under control there. And here, it's a mess in the best, sexiest, soundiest sort of way. I love this sound design in this one. It is so good. But I have been yapping quite a bit about this one, so I will end it here. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want me to get to something else from Honkai Star Rail, by all means, drop it in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!